Welcome. Hey, Thoughtful Thursday. It's Ruben and Ann Arbor saying hello and cheers to your almost end of the week, to all those adventures that you're seeking to complete, or those ventures that you're planning, and the challenges that you're working on. Cheers. Oh, that's good. So here's our picnic lunch. Nice warm potato salad tossed with olive oil, garlic, just wonderful. Some spices. First piece of Parmesan cheese that we'll have in a minute. Some orange slices, Kalamata olives, and bread. And orange seems to be the theme here, or just bright and bold colors. And we're not there yet in terms of the weather because it's rainy and cold and wet. But I thought maybe we could create our own warmth and color here together and have this indoor picnic lunch together too. So, over here, are you dreaming about Paris? Or are you more of New York? Thinking of Italy, Naples, San Francisco. So what trip are you planning? This would be the time to do that, to kind of do some research and plan that trip. What is it, a trip of national parks? Is it surely a road trip to get some miles in and to see what's the sights along the way? Are you visiting family? Are you a combination of all three, or all of those? This is also an excellent time to start a new journal. Will this be your art journal? Or just a notebook of your thoughts? Or is this maybe a journal of all your trips that you've had to your favorite museums? The MoMA, the Louvre, the Bargello, the Uffizi, wherever you like to see your art, to seek it out. So start a new sketchbook today, a new journal, or make an entry into an old journal, an old sketchbook. Have a great lunch, have a little bit of bubbly, have a nice piece of, let's cut some cheese here, a little piece. Oh God, it looks so good. I hate to, here, don't look at this technique because I think it's wrong. We'll cut one piece for me and one for you. And I want to put this on this bread. Oh, I think we'll put an olive here too. Oh boy, here we go. We gotta cheers. So, what challenge are you working on? What arts are you under? What are you in the middle of creating? Where is your head? Where's your heart? Where's your body? What space are you in? You might be in a multiple spaces. Maybe you're in confusion. Confusion, one space, multi-space, wherever you are, remember we're here. We're always here for you. Maybe you don't feel like talking, but come to the weekly meal. Come to the True Wellness Cafe on Saturday. Pop in at Patty's Pithy Prose. Or just message a friend. Reach out and make a new friend. We don't want you to be alone if you don't want to be. But also we're here if you want to engage. So this is one of those days where it's rainy and wet and cold outside. And I needed to reach out and engage with you. So before we go, I wanted to share with you a poem from this author that I don't know. He's from Naples. And it's the very last poem in his book called Traversate, which I think roughly means road traveled. And that's what you and I are doing together today in this group in True in 9 minutes. We are creating a new road together, which is really exciting. But here's what he's saying at the very end. Ora vivendo nel mondo grande e terribile, a volte, senza mai sapere perché, si continua a cantare. I'm going to read that last part again. Nel mondo grande e terribile a volte, senza mai sapere perché, si continua a cantare. Now living in this world immense and terrible all at once, sometimes, without even knowing why. We continue to sing. We keep on singing. So in that poem, I think there's a certain amount of sadness because to me there's some isolation. Sometimes we find ourselves alone. We don't know why, how we got there, but we're there. So how do we move from that space to another space where we feel safer and less alone? I don't have the answers for that. But sometimes we do feel alone. And that's why poetry and writing can be an outlet, a safe space for many of us, a connection. But I also feel in this poem there's a whole he's opening out and opening up this way of saying. There's these intuitive parts of ourselves that we don't even ask to come out. They come out on their own. Si continua a cantare. Just we keep singing in spite of ourselves. It's like sometimes to me it's like, especially when we're joyful and we're happy, there's just so much joy we can't contain it, so it just comes out. And all by itself. So I hope you feel that joy here. How else could I feel this comfortable sharing that with you? Si continua a cantare. One keeps singing. I think that's also a message of resiliency. We sing because it feels good, because we're alive. It's a way to rejoice. And I don't have a good singing voice. I really don't. Some people say, "Oh, I don't know how to sing," and they're amazing singers, or I don't. No, and I won't sing for you. But singing is it's an act of freedom. Wow, it's emotional. See, when he's singing, he's talking about whatever it is that you love, that has meaning for you, meaning to you, you connect with, and you go back to that, and you make more of it. If you're a baker, you're baking, you're creating new inventions in the kitchen, and you're sharing them. If you're a writer, you have to write. If you're a singer, you're composing your next song, knowing when your next gig's going to be, where you're going to perform. And if you're just figuring out what your voice is, who you are, maybe feeling muddled, don't feel muddled by yourself. We're here. We're always here. Come to True Wellness Cafe. Join us in the challenges. Join us in the weekly deals on Wednesday night. Join us in our writing group. If you don't feel like talking, you just want to listen, if you want to take it in, or maybe you just want to read and not be seen and share your work, however that is, I hope you know that we're here for you to listen, because listening is so important. I do a heck of a lot of talking, but hopefully you sense that I'm letting you in, and just as you're allowing me in to inner spaces. Excuse me. To sharing when we're comfortable, when we're ready, if we're ready. Maybe today isn't that day. And maybe you just need to be near someone or next to someone that is ready. Well, reach out for us. We're there. And we'll see you soon. Either you'll be writing in your new journal, you'll be planning your trip to Paris, New York, Italy, San Francisco. Maybe you'll be lighting a candle to remember someone. Because loss seems to be ever present in our lives. It sounds like a tangent, but it isn't, because it is with us, and they are with us always. So it's good to take a moment and remember. It's like this fluid. Don't you feel like there's two lines of life and living, of energy. And one is the current, the here, the now, the you, the me, the us. It just keeps moving. I don't know where it's going. And then there's the other line of fluid and motion of people who aren't here yet and those who are already here. And it's like putting your hand into that flow of energy and love and force that's always there. And sometimes it bubbles up and we have to deal with it. And we include that in whatever we're doing, our artwork, our writing, our singing, our dancing, our cooking, our living. But those two forces are there. So however you choose to include those today, I'm wishing you love, peace, delicious drinks, good food, but most of all, peace. See you next week. Bye-bye. This is Ruben saying thank you for spending this time with me. See you next time.